Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from a very soggy, very wet Sarasota, Florida. It's your boy, SaleenDriver, coming to you with episode number 188 of Wednesday Afternoon Live with me, the SaleenDriver, host of the longest running Wednesday Afternoon live stream in all of YouTube that I know of. The show about nothing in particular. And like we do every week, whether I'm hosting it or not, more often than not, I am hosting it. But we always seem to be able to prove that this is the show about nothing in particular. Or as Sir Uga likes to say, nonsense, which is fine. Nate the Great was the first one in here. He says hi. I say hi back. Sir Uga was the second one in here, uttering his famous epitaph of nonsense. Matt Doomit, as usual, showing up. Amada, lovely lady. Welcome, welcome. Battle Angel, truly the most patient, most long-suffering woman on all of YouTube. How are you, my dear? And some other fool that showed up. We'll leave him be for the moment. Anyway, as I said, it is a very soggy town that I live in at the moment. We've had a pretty heavyweight drought around here for the past few months, well under our yearly rainfall total. And God and Mother Nature, in their infinite wisdom, decided to make up all that rainfall deficit in one day. We got hammered yesterday with rain. I mean, I think parts of this town saw 6 inches of rain. I think we actually set a record here, according to one radio report I heard this morning. We set a record for most rain ever in a 1 hour time period, in a 2 hour time period, and a 6 hour time period. And that includes hurricanes. This little tropical thing that came off the Gulf yesterday and is still hanging around parts of Florida today, dropped a shit ton of rain. I mentioned that on my Facebook page, and the man that we all know as the man most voted most likely by his high school and college class as to never be able to let anything go anyone ever said ever in the history of ever, Uncle Lou chimes in, do I want federal assistance? Because Uncle Lou can never let anything go. I'm sure Battle Angel will absolutely agree with me on that one. Shit that was said years ago, he can't let it go. But it was expected, and therefore, if you expect something to happen, that therefore there is the statement is not without a measurement of predictability and therefore control. And to his query, would I like some federal assistance for all the rain? I said, absolutely. After all, it's my money to begin with. So please, if you have any influence over Puddinhead in between bouts of him shitting himself, please have him send some of my money back here to me. I'd appreciate it. Atypical Gump is here. Good to see you, sir. Ghost of Rubber Nose is here. Good to see you. But fortunately, it's raining a hell of a lot less today than it was yesterday. That's not to say that it's not going to rain later today, but a lot of wet weather. Slim Shady Canes, ahoy there, matey. Good to see you, sir. Let's see what's going on around here. This weekend, not that any of you would care, but this weekend is a combined celebration of my high school class. My high school last year was my 40th class reunion, or would have been, but didn't happen. The classes of 83, 84, 85 decided to combine their celebration into this year for their 40th class reunion. And that's happening this weekend. So, and I was part of the planning of the celebration. So that's happening this weekend. And little event on Friday, big event on Saturday, and an unofficial event on Sunday morning. So it has a potential to be fun. It also has the potential to be a fucking disaster. But I'm going to go and enjoy watching whatever happens. So that'll be interesting. Also, be nice to get to see some of my old friends. Some of whom who I haven't seen in quite a while, so looking forward to seeing some of them. I know the guest list for my class because I'm part of the committee. And I know for a fact that nobody that is paid to come to the event, or nobody on that list are people that I don't want to see. So I'm expecting to have a good time with the whole thing. So what else is going on? Floridian, good to see you, sir. Hope you're in a dry part of Florida. Everything north of I-4 in Florida seems to be fairly dry and normal. Everything south of I-4 has gotten hammered. How you doing, Pete? Well, first of all, how do you know I haven't? That would be one question I have. You're making an assumption. Okay. Jax is dry. Yeah, Jax has avoided this whole thing. Of course, the storm is moving north and east, so Jax might get a little rain later. Oh, well, that's interesting. You can see who's already booked. Well, and Slim Shakings, we know you haven't. Okay, well, no, I haven't. As to why I haven't, it's because I haven't decided if I'm going or not. Simple as that. No drama, no nothing. Just haven't decided if I'm going or not. So don't know if I want to commit $1,000 to this yet. Haven't made that decision. So when I make that decision, I'll make that decision, and I'll make it known if I make that decision or not. Slim, I'll make the decision. I got plenty of time to decide whether or not I'm going to get on a boat or not. Well, Sir Uga, I'm sure whether I go or not isn't going to really, in the grand scheme of things, stop the world. I've been told I'm welcome. I am more than welcome to be there, and people would be looking forward to seeing me, and that's all very nice and flattering, and makes me feel good. But I haven't made that decision yet, and I got time. Split a room. Split a room with who? First of all, if I was going to go, I'm not splitting a room with anyone. I'm, my own room, and I'm not rooming with anybody. Sorry, I don't do that. Not that I have anything against anyone around here, but you know, I'm good with most everyone here with respect to hanging out with them on a ship and so on and so forth. But pretty much draw the line at sharing a room with somebody. Split a room with TK and Mrs. Cook. No. Well, okay, Floridian. See, most of the people in this group are part of a college football trash talk community that I am a proud member of and enjoy being a member of. And for the past 4 years, now this will be the 5th year, they've done something called the Slob Olympics. Because we're all basically, I guess the premise is we're all basically, YouTube creators, and we're not athletic, and we're all kind of pudgy, overweight slobs. So we get together, and we've gotten together the first one was in Atlanta. I was at that one. The next 3 I didn't get to. They were in Pigeon Forge, South Carolina, and Panama City Beach, Florida. I missed those. And they get together and do, events, different kind of physical and mental acuity events, and, crown a champion, the king of the slobs. And this coming slob, which is Olympics, which is March of 2025, they couldn't, I guess they decided to change it up and do the whole thing on a cruise ship, Caribbean ship, the Carnival Glory or something like that. And that's what they're talking about. Make sense? Let's see. Thank you. Hoghead, how you doing? Vic2 Productions is here. How you doing? And let's see. No, Vic, we were just talking about that. I have not booked my cruise yet. Uncle Lou's here. Good to see you, sir. No, that's fake news, sir. I said I haven't decided, sir. Okay, well, my explanation of the Slob Olympics and the cruise makes sense to Floridian. That's good. If Trump wins, will I go? I haven't decided yet, Lou. If I decide to go, I'll let everybody know. If I decide not to go, I'll let you know. I know, Vic. I'm aware of the deadline, such as it is. And I'll make my decision. And when I make my decision, I'll make my decision. It's a lot, that's a good chunk of change to commit when I have other things that I, could also spend that money on. The deadline is the 17th. I know that, Lou. I have that written down. I do. It's written down right over here. I'm pointing at it on my desktop calendar. I'm well aware of the deadline. Nick D TV is here. Good to see you, sir. Yeah, I know what the Steve Pearson's here. Good to see you, sir. I know what the I know the deposit is only $25. That's fine. It's the rest of it that has to be paid. Anyway, like I said, I'm still thinking about it. Jason, Design Atelier, how you doing, sir? Well, I appreciate the request to push the thumbs up button, but there's a few people around here that always push the thumbs down button, which is fine. Even negative attention is still attention. Mr. Sancho, how you doing, sir? Good to see you. Let's see. I'm going to get the link dropped here so we can have the usual suspects or anyone else who wants to can join in. But yeah, it's a funny thing. I don't know if it's just unique to my system or what, but the thumbs up counter on my screen never seems to move throughout the entire stream. Right now, I show 3 people have clicked the like button, and that's it. I have no idea how many there actually are. It'll stay at 3 for the entirety of the stream unless I refresh that one screen. I wonder if anyone else does that, or maybe it's just unique to Firefox, or I don't know. Maybe if I switch to a Safari, it would. You see 7. Okay, well, that's the way it's been for a while now. I think it might be Firefox that is screwed up. Maybe if I use Safari or Chrome instead, it would probably update in real time. 10 now? Okay. Sven, how you doing, sir? Good to see you. Everyone's favorite Mississippi State fan. Dr. Bob is here. How you doing? What kind of jabronis downvoted? Well, I'm not going to name names, but I know there's at least 2 or 3 that always seem to downvote my streams and my video releases, no matter what the content or no matter what the subject. They just thumb it down. So, it doesn't matter to me. If they don't like what I'm doing, but they're still, watching it anyway. What does that say about them? That's just kind of silly. Well, okay, wise ass. What does that mean? What does I haven't decided yet mean, sir? Come on. What does it mean, Uga? I would think me typing in I haven't decided yet means I haven't decided yet. The words are self-evident, sir. I haven't decided yet means I haven't decided yet. I don't need a dictionary to look that up to know what those words mean. If you do, that's your problem, not mine. But I know what I mean when I say what I say. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, thumbs down could mean that they don't like me. Oh. Oh, I see. So now, in addition to being a pain in the ass and a bull puppy fan, you're also now a mind reader. Oh, okay. Congratulations to Sir Uga, our resident psychic. You're going to set up a psychic fans website, sir? Because I'd like you to tell me what the lottery numbers are for this Saturday. No, that's true. Well, it's not a retirement community, but no, I don't have to take care of my own lawn. Well, that's that's your opinion, Lou, and I respect your right to have that opinion. Well, Nick, you'd probably have to grow a hell of a lot more hair than you got to become a Rasta. And I don't think they have Rastas in the Bahamas. I think that's a Jamaican thing, but we hold these shoes to be self-evident that Saleen has not decided if he's going on the cruise, but needs to decide to. Yeah. Okay. I'll plead the fifth. It's not an opinion. I'm a scientist. I said, okay, well, okay. Did you get a PhD in that yet? Oh. Well, I stand corrected. I thought Rastafarians were pretty much isolated to Jamaica. But okay, you would know better than I if you had a relative that lived in the Caribbean and I didn't. So I will defer to your knowledge. What's up, Slim?
You don't need a PhD to know bullshit when you hear
it. Yeah. Okay. It depends on what context you're talking about, but I would generally say that's probably true.
I can sniff out bullshit from a mile
away. Okay. So can I. I've had a lot more practice in doing it than you.
Yeah, but you still use Apple products, so you haven't learned from your lessons.
As opposed to all those wonderfully stable Windows designs that are out there. And don't forget, I was a big Windows fan for a long time.
Much like Android is a much superior mobile operating system, Windows is a far superior desktop operating system.
Right. Okay. What is a Rasta? VicTube asks.
A Rastafarian?
Yeah. Well, how do you describe that? I mean, these. Boy, I mean, there's a
black dude with long dreads that smokes weed.
Yeah, reefer addicts. Yeah, Dr. Bob's got it. Reefer addict. I mean, I remember I did. My honeymoon was in Jamaica, and we spent most of the time on the resort, which was pretty civilized. But a couple of times we ventured outward and we did get to see the Rastas in their sort of quote unquote native habitat.
You make it sound like you went to a zoo.
Well, no, it was more like a market. You know, one of the open air markets. You look into the eyes of a heavy duty Rasta, they're dead. I mean, just black, dead eyes. The eyeballs seem to be all pupil, no color, except for the bloodshot part. And you look at them, and they're looking back at you, but they're not looking at you. They're looking through you, and you get the idea that they're sizing you up. And it's a little, for me, it was a little disconcerting. But that's just me. Was Bob Marley a Rasta? Maybe.
Yep.
I don't know enough about Bob Marley to say he was or he wasn't. Dr. Bob says they claim to be the lost tribe. I've not heard that. Nick D says they reject Western customs. Okay.
Yeah, well, so do fucking liberals, but we tolerate them.
Rasta is some sort of island boy religion for pirates. Pete has probably nailed it right there.
Well, that puts it a step above Ramadan. I mean, that was invented in LA in like 87.
Jamaica is pretty rough area anyway. Yeah. Yeah, once you get off. Now, I don't know if any of y'all have ever heard of a resort company called Sandals.
Yes, everybody's heard of Sandals.
The resorts are pretty secure. A lot of security, patrols, high fences, walls, that kind of thing. So you're in Jamaica on a Sandals resort. You're in pretty good shape. But if you leave the resort and you don't go to one of their kind of pre-prescribed places to go, and you want to venture out on your own, oh, and I don't know if it's still true, but I was told by the U.S. government when I in a letter I got once I bought my airline ticket. I don't know how I got that letter. I guess they monitor that shit. But they said avoid Kingston at all costs. The letter literally said it's good you're flying into Montego Bay. Do not go near Kingston.
I mean, Jamaica's better than it used to be. I'll take Jamaica over Haiti any day.
Well, yeah, but
I mean, the cannibals are running Haiti now.
I was in Jamaica in 1994, so that's how long ago it was. What, 30
I mean, there's
years?
literally a cannibal named Barbecue running Haiti right now.
I wouldn't go to Haiti even if it was run by a stable government. Albert Sancho is right. Just stay at the resorts. Yes.
That's no fun. That's no fun at all.
They has made a return. Version 3. Yes, that is true. Jamaica does have or did have a bobsled team. In fact, they made a movie out of that, didn't they, with the late, great John Candy involved in it somehow?
I don't think John Candy was their actual bobsled coach, though.
I don't know what he was. I just remember it was in the movie.
That's what he played in the movie, was their bobsled coach, but something tells me that John Candy was not a bobsled coach.
Barbecue wears a Masonic necklace.
Who? Barbecue does wear a Masonic necklace. That is indeed true.
Who's Barbecue?
The cannibal that's took over leadership of Haiti.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know somebody had actually taken over. I wasn't paying enough attention.
Oh yeah. Well, the reason I found out, I've got a buddy whose wife is from the DR, which is the same island. It's like, you want to talk about not venturing out at night? Yeah, don't go wandering your ass into fucking Haiti at night.
Wait a minute. Albert, I actually the second, and I've only been on 2 cruises in my life. The second one was a Royal Caribbean that actually stopped in the Bahamas near the Atlantis Resort. So I've been to the Atlantis Resort. Nice place. Hung out for a little while, had lunch. Didn't stay there. I was on a cruise ship, so I didn't stay there. Brad Pitt's here. How you doing, sir? Good to see you. Is Brad Pitt still TK's favorite YouTube personality?
No clue.
I don't know. Anyway, what's going on with you, sir?
Same old shit, different day.
You on the road or you at home today?
No, I'll be home tomorrow.
Hope you're not driving through the shit down here in Florida.
No, I'll be in Florida Sunday.
Oh, it should have dried out by then. I mean, I was listening to the radio today. I don't know if you heard me earlier, but I was listening to the radio today. That storm we had last night. I mean, just a subtropical system coming off the Gulf dropped more rain in an hour than any storm in history around here. We set records for 1 hour, 2 hours, and 6 hours. The amount of rain. Supposedly that storm beat out hurricanes that hit here in terms of that amount of rain in an hour and 2 hours. It's like, fuck. And it's only June.
Well, you shouldn't have to worry about watering your lawn for a while.
That's an exact quote from around here. I mean, I don't know about other places in the area, but in Sarasota, they shut down roads. And we supposedly have drain systems that are supposed to keep up with this shit, and they didn't. It's like, oh, that makes me feel so much better heading into a heavy hurricane season. Shit.
Well, have old Ron Sanctimonious get on that ASAP.
Oh, he'll be fine. The Russian Navy in Cuba playing with weather control. Yeah. No, I thought it was Trump. Trump's playing with the weather control again. I mean, he's responsible for everything else bad in this country, right?
Well, depends on who you ask.
Yeah, I guess. So, Slim, you see if you have an opinion on this subject. I know I do, but let's see what your opinion is. You did see that President Poopy Pants' son got convicted, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
So what do you think? Pardon? No pardon?
I think he was grossly undercharged.
No, but do you think that Poopy Pants will pardon his son?
If what's being said about a jury nullification in Trump's trial is correct, yes.
I think he'll pardon him after the election, win or lose. He'll wait till after the election and then pardon him.
Well, no. From the looks of it, they're fixing to have to declare a mistrial in Trump's case.
Oh, because of that letter?
Well, no. One of the members of the jury was texting his family members
Yeah, that's what I mean. The judge sent a letter to the defense and to the prosecution saying,
Yeah, I mean that is jury nullification. That's a mistrial.
yeah, well, all other things being equal, but I think you're going to have to get it out of New York to get it declared a mistrial.
I don't think that judge is going to have much of a choice but to declare it a mistrial.
Well, what's his name? Marchand. He did all kinds of fun things that he shouldn't have done. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
That whole thing just stinks. Like, I'm not one for conspiracy theories, but having 4 jurors independently decide about 3 separate underlying crimes and not notifying the defense about those underlying crimes.
Yeah,
like, that's some pretty shady shit. That's some pretty shady shit.
Yeah, it is shady. It's shady that nobody can tell anybody what the crime was. What was the federal crime?
Well, there wasn't one.
And nobody can explain to this day how a state judge can try a federal crime. That's never been done in the history of the country.
The whole argument was he was defrauding banks by overvaluing his property when taking loans out against him.
No,
these are also loans that he paid back. That's the thing. It's so fucking convoluted.
Well, wait a minute. We're talking about two different.
Which
you're talking about a different case.
But no, they intertwined all of that shit. It's not a separate case.
You mean the one
that's what I mean by a convoluted mess that they came up with. No, those were in Florida. Those were a completely different set of charges, and in Georgia, that was a completely different set of charges.
Well, the Georgia case is gonna die on the vine, and the Florida case is stalled out.
Yep.
Oh, here comes Lou.
Yeah, I can't stay on. I'm about to get in the shower, but this is why y'all keep stacking L's. Slim doesn't even know what court case he's talking about.
Yes, I know very well what I'm talking about.
No, you don't.
Can't explain it any better than they can.
And
that's why it's such horseshit.
For 15 minutes, we've been talking about the Trump trial that just ended, where he was found guilty, right? Yes. And then you start talking about, well, the whole thing is they said he overvalued his property. That's got nothing to do with that case.
Yes, it does. And that
no, it
you
doesn't.
don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Saleen.
You don't even know.
Saleen.
What? But I mean,
Tell him.
Well, technically, they're two separate cases.
They are. They're not technically. They are two separate cases.
They were tried by two different. Letitia James tried the money. The I don't even know what it's called. The loan.
One case has nothing to do with the other. Nothing. Okay. Slim has no idea what he's talking about.
No, you don't. But you'll never admit when you're wrong, even when it comes up and kicks you in the ass. So, go on about your business.
I wonder if he would. Never mind. Well, he's got to go take a shower. I was under the impression that the case that Letitia James did with the loan thing, the bank fraud thing was more or less separate from the election fraud.
Well, no, the election fraud. No, that's what I mean. When they got 4 jurors out of the 12 jury panel each to indict on not indict, but well, actually, yes, the term is indict on the 3 underlying charges. They made it into one grand conspiracy.
Okay, they made it into a grand conspiracy. That part I understand the direction you're coming from,
So,
but
yes, it is all
handled as two separate trials.
They did end up interconnecting all of it. No, the separate trials are by state. The one in Georgia was about his call to who was it? Brian Kemp. The whole "find me the votes."
I don't think it was Brian Kemp. I think maybe it was a
Whoever it
Secretary
was, he
of
called.
State.
Yeah, it was Brian Kemp was the governor. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
and the one in Florida, and the one in Florida was over the classified documents in his house.
Yeah, that case is also going nowhere. It's not going anywhere. It's going nowhere at the moment because of procedural problems. It's not like that case is going to get thrown out yet. But that case has its own problems with accusations of the FBI mishandling the documents and staging the documents and defrauding and tampering with evidence. So that case could get dragged if that case ever goes anywhere. And if Trump gets reelected in November, that case is going to die immediately.
I mean, all these cases are going to end up dying.
Well, the state cases won't, because the state cases are technically state cases and don't have anything to do with the DOJ.
Oh, I understand that, but what I'm saying is those are going to end up dying anyway, because you've got Biden dead to rights on classified documents in his home, and the special counsel that they appointed, well, he's not mentally fit to stand trial.
You mean Biden?
Yes. That's what I said. They had Biden dead to rights on the same exact thing.
Oh, your connection cut out there for a second, so I guess the word Biden got me. I would love to. I mean, we've gotten the written transcript of those. I don't know, what were they, depositions or whatever about all that, but they won't release the audio tape or the videotape of that.
I mean, when it comes to classified documents, I just assume all presidents do, so I just really don't care about that. Like, I think that's just really dumb. I assume Obama still has classified documents, and Bush.
Well, according to the Presidential Records Act, they're allowed to.
Right. So that's why I thought that was a nothing burger from the get-go, because, hell, Clinton's probably still got classified documents, both of them.
No. And also one of his acolytes, was it Sandy Berger? He absconded with some documents out of the National Archives in his shorts. Hence getting the name from now on, Sandy Burglar. But I'm just wondering. I mean, I've been listening to guys like Mark Levin and a few others who are, lawyers or constitutional law people. Dershowitz is another one, talking about different ways that they could bypass the appellate court system and appeal this directly to the Supreme Court. Arguing that there's vital constitutional issues with the case that directly affect the constitutional rights of the accused. But I don't know what's going to come of that. I don't think they can really do anything until July 11th anyway.
Well, here was my whole thing with it. Like,
hey, Watch 6'2", how you doing, man?
For all the shit he talked, I knew it was shit talking at the time. I never expected anything to happen. Hillary Clinton should have been in jail, but they didn't prosecute her. They didn't I mean, you go all the way back to Nixon. Like, they just let him retire and stay the fuck out of public for the rest of his life.
And they pardoned him.
Yeah, it's like you know, you're opening Pandora's box here, where I'm not sure anybody is going to like where it goes.
Well, Pandora's box has already been opened. It's now, you know, the only problem is, and I don't think you'd disagree with me when I say that, you know, we've opened up Pandora's box where we can go after former public officials for whatever reason, you know, in this in the lawfare system that we've created. It's the right doesn't have the stones to do it. I mean, if you can come up with a DA or an attorney general in New York to go after Trump, what's to say you couldn't come up with a DA or an attorney general in Florida or Arkansas or Texas or Wyoming or North Dakota to go after folks on the left?
Oh, and you have some that will.
When? Don't you,
that's the question.
I mean, let me give you an example. You're familiar with an organization called the Southern Poverty Law, the SPLC, Southern Poverty Law Council, or Center, sorry, right?
Yeah, it's a fucking hate group that looks for racism everywhere.
Yeah, they're a bunch of far left bomb throwers. Well, guess what? Guess where they're headquartered? Arkansas. I think you and I could probably agree that Arkansas is one of the reddest of the red states.
Yeah,
it's run by a very deep red conservative Southern governor. And their attorney general is also a Republican, a conservative. Why can't you open up an investigation into some of the stuff that they do?
Well, I've said that for a long time. Hey, the problem with them is like their entire existence is based off of finding racism wherever they possibly can. Like their very existence is flawed. The whole purpose of them existing is finding racism in a case, even if it's not there.
Schultz 31. Ford pardoned him. Who was his VP? Yeah, Ford. Well, once Ford ascended to the presidency after Nixon resigned the presidency, yeah, Ford pardoned Nixon. Yes. Bob Menendez is being charged by the DOJ. Yes, that's true, but nobody is. No, I don't. Wait a minute. I don't think Bob Menendez is being charged by the DOJ. Bob Menendez is supposed to be being investigated by the Senate for Senate rules infractions, and they're slow walking it.
Well, that's fucking useless, no matter which side you're talking about.
Roll Tide 99. Good to see you. So two-party system needs to go, but it won't. That's true. But you're talking about opening, our system up to become more of a parliamentary system. And all you have to do is look at the countries in Europe that use a parliamentary system to know what kind of a shitstorm that could create and lose back.
Maybe turn off Mark Levin and turn on some real news. But the Bob Menendez trial is underway right now, and it is a federal case by the Department of Justice. So tell me more about that lawfare. Biden's son's going to jail. This Democrat's going to jail. But oh my God, some independent state found Trump guilty.
20 months.
When
he absolutely should have been. hang on. Biden's son's going once again was grossly undercharged, and he's going to a country club with a salad bar for 20 months when
Well,
he
he hasn't
absolutely
even
should
been
be in a
sentenced yet,
maximum
has he?
security prison. Well, no, they didn't charge him with all the child pornography that was on his laptops. They didn't charge him with the video evidence of him being with underage prostitutes.
Well, I was not aware that Hunter Biden had been sentenced yet.
He was never charged with those things. That's the problem.
No,
But
he
first
should have
time,
been.
first time offender, he's going to get around 20 months. 20 months is around the minimum they can give him. He's going to get around 20 months in a fucking minimum security country club.
Hang on, I'm trying to see if Menendez is actually on trial yet. I thought he was just charged with ethics violations. I was not aware that he actually was gone to trial. You know, he did also the same thing in 2015 and got away with it. He got an admonishment letter by the ethics.
That's the way it goes for politicians on either side of the aisle. That's not a strictly one-sided thing.
And on October 13, 2023, prosecutors filed charges, provided sensitive U.S. information, blah, blah, blah. In a superseding indictment filed in 2024, prosecutors allege Menendez made positive comments about Qatar, blah, 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 blah. Took gifts, including cash, gold, designer watches, and Formula One tickets. On March 5th, 2024, Menendez and his wife were charged with obstruction after prosecutors alleged that his attorneys had lied about payments two businessmen made to his wife's house and car. Menendez claims the payments were loans, which he later repaid. Trial. Jury. Okay, so he is on trial. Huh. Okay, so Menendez is actually on trial this time. 2015, he basically did the same thing and got away with it. All right, so, but he hasn't been convicted yet.
Well, I don't really care who it would be against. The charges against Trump were a bunch of horse shit. If they had charged fucking Barack Obama with that, I'd call it a bunch of horse shit. You can value your property at whatever you want. But guess what? When you take a loan out against it, the bank does its own due diligence. And as a matter of fact, the very bank that he took the loan out from said he paid the loan back, and they look forward to doing business with him again. Doesn't look like any fraud to me. Oh, he paid a porn star hush money. I didn't give a fuck when Clinton did it. I don't give a fuck when he does it.
Well, Lou's coming back for another hit.
Saleen, why does he keep talking about Trump valuing his property when we're talking about the Trump trial?
Because that was the fraud case in New York.
Well, there were two trials, Lou. There was
no. There wasn't two trials. There were not two trials. That
yeah, there was.
Slim is talking about has not gone to trial.
Well, wait a minute. No, there was a trial by Letitia James in New York about alleging fraud
that's a civil case
and that sort of thing, and that one concluded with Trump being found guilty.
That's a civil case.
Yeah, it is a civil case. Yeah,
that's a civil case.
Yeah, but
right.
That case was already done and is going through the appeal process now.
Right, but we're talking about the criminal case, which has nothing to do with the value of Trump's property.
Well, he was. I guess he switched over to talk about the civil case. I don't know. We've been switching back and forth between them a little bit, mostly about the criminal case.
And y'all are
But
going to
yeah,
be real disappointed about the whole mistrial thing. You know, they found that guy. He's a troll with a fake account. So,
well,
We'll see
there's
what
also
happens with
there's
it.
also
That's
the
the news so
possibility.
far. When
Well,
more
wait a
news
minute,
comes
Lou. There's
out
also
about
the
it, we'll find out
possibility of a
more.
mistrial because of the misconduct by the judge.
right.
Well, no. If you look this up, he made very small, admittedly, very small dollar political contributions to the Biden campaign and to the DNC.
So should
Now,
Eileen Cannon be removed from the Florida case?
I'm sorry, what?
Yes, it's a
Good.
conflict of interest. Yes.
So
Yeah, it's a
Eileen
conflict
Cannon
of
should be
interest. It's
removed from the
actually a
Florida case.
violation.
If there is a
If-
conflict of interest, I don't care what side it's on. Yes, they should be removed.
Yeah,
Okay, so any judge that was appointed by Trump should not be allowed to oversee any Trump trials.
No. That's not what I'm saying. There is a rule.
Well, it sounds like that's what
in New
Saleen's
York
saying.
State. No, there's a rule in New York State law that says that judges cannot make political contributions of any kind. They're not allowed to do it, no matter what the dollar amount. They cannot make political contributions. This guy Marchand did. He admitted he did. And that is a violation of New York canon. And that could be grounds for a mistrial because this judge broke the rules of judicial conduct. Now, I don't know what you're talking about with respect to the lady down in Florida. Yes, she was a Trump appointee. She was also put on the case through the lottery system that goes on here. You know,
That's how all judges are put on cases in every state.
Well, except for Marchand, he was assigned. It wasn't a lottery. He was actually assigned.
But they go in a rotation.
Okay, but that's not that was not my point, Lou. My point is that Marchand broke the rules of judicial conduct, and that could be a ground on appeal for dismissal due to misconduct by the judge. Now, if the lady down in Palm Beach, is it Palm Beach County? I think it is Palm Beach County. If she's done something that involves judicial misconduct,
let's forget all this. Let me just ask you a simple question. You think Trump, in the case where Trump was just found guilty of 34 felonies, do you think he broke any law at all?
No.
Okay.
Well, for one thing, in that case, in that trial, they never said what federal law he broke. He just said, "Oh, campaign finance laws or election interference." They didn't cite a specific part of the U.S. code. No, they didn't, Nick. They still haven't. All they said was, here are these misdemeanors that have long since expired, and we're going to bootstrap them to this mythical federal charge.
Well, the campaign finance, and that's how it's all rolled in together. They're saying he used campaign funds to pay off Stormy Daniels.
Except
so yes, all this shit is interconnected. Like I said.
Okay, Lou, if they did cite the law, 18 USC blah blah blah. What law did he break? Cite it, because I haven't seen it. What are the underlying crimes? Yes, I know they laid out 3 quote unquote underlying crimes.
Which, by the way, 4 members of a jury voting on an underlying crime, that's also not how the system works.
Yeah, there is a constitutional violation of what was in they cited a Supreme Court case, I think it was Rodriguez, that said that guilty verdicts have to be unanimous.
Yep.
Unanimous. And they weren't. So that's a violation of, I believe, the Sixth Amendment. I don't know. I was listening to I was listening to Levin and Dershowitz burning through all this, and they threw so much shit out there, I just couldn't track it all.
Well, I can't tell you what Levin says. I don't really listen to him. So.
Oh, I love Mark Levin. He's a riot. No, well, they may be the 12 jurors were unanimous, but that's not what they got with the jury instruction. The jury instructions from Marchand, Raj, the jury instructions that Marchand gave were another point where they can probably, throw this out on appeal, because those jury instructions were very were just terrible. Well, I don't have to punch the air, Lou. Just wait for the appeals process to go through. And
here's what I don't get. I don't know why there's such a hurry to get him convicted. If more people voted for Joe Biden than any candidate ever in the history of this country, why would they think Trump could win? Why are they so worried about trying to get him out of the way?
Wait a minute. Read this. Look at this. Violation of New York election law that makes it illegal for any two or more persons to conspire to promote or prevent the election of any person who public by unlawful means. Okay, what were the unlawful means? And the definition of a political campaign is for people to promote or prevent the election of the other person to public office. I mean, come on, man.
Like I said, the mental gymnastics you have to go through to come up with this horse shit, and the fact that supposedly reasonable people would go along with it, a little insane.
A political campaign, by definition, is to prevent the other person from winning by campaigning, by spending money, by running ads, by
what this is, Saleen, what this is the same grounds where they convicted that guy last year of that Hillary meme.
Yeah, that
is same convoluted horseshit
10 years
for a meme.
Yeah, and he got 10 years for making a joke. I mean, my God. The whole thing is so.
You're not allowed to make fun of Democratic candidates anymore. They'll put you in prison.
Oh, I get thrown in YouTube and Facebook prison all the time for making fun of libs.
Yeah, well, now they'll put you in real prison.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of worried about that. If they can do it to Trump, they could do it to anybody.
Well, they did to this no-name guy who made a meme.
They could do it to you.
Better watch out the memes you create. They'll get you locked up.
Yeah. I don't know. I would really be very interested to see what the reaction of folks in this country is if this Marchand slob, locks Trump up.
Well, some people are going to eat it up because he got a book deal out of it. He got a TV deal out of it. And hell, even his daughter made about $10 million off of it.
Yeah. Well, that's another reason that he should have been recusing himself, was because of his kid. I mean, there's so many reasons that this judge shouldn't have been on this trial, and that this whole thing should be thrown out. What's up, Nate?
What's up?
Yeah, I wish I was Nate and all this shit just kind of passed over me like it didn't matter. I wish I could be that what's the word I want to use? Innocent.
See, what a lot of this shit does to me is just reaffirm what I believe anyway, that you just need to reduce the size of the federal government. We don't really have to care who the president is.
I agree. Wish we could go back to the way it was supposed to be run instead of the way it is.
That's why I ain't got no problem talking shit about Republicans, because there ain't no party for me. Hell, even Rand Paul don't agree with everything I do. So.
Yeah, I'm like neutral, like Slim said. I'm not on either side. I'm no party. So I'm.
Let's see. Election rigged, trial rigged, jury rigged, judge rigged, prosecutor rigged, DOJ rigged. Yeah. Finally come around to my side of the way to think. My thinking.
I'm really not going to sit
Congratulations, Lou.
I'm really
Welcome
not going
to
to sit there and I'm not going to sit there and listen to rigged election when literally Democrats have called every election that they lost since 1980 fucking rigged.
Oh, Dr. Bob.
Literally. Reagan was illegitimate. Bush was illegitimate. Bush 2.0 was illegitimate. And Trump was illegitimate.
Yeah. If you're supposed to be prosecuted and thrown in jail for questioning an election, the entire leadership of the Democrat Party should be thrown in jail after 2016. Just saying.
Hell, you know that whole thing where they were getting mad at Trump? Like, Democrats in my lifetime have refused to confirm elections or held up the proceedings.
Yeah.
Because quote unquote the election was rigged.
Who is that fat piece of shit in Georgia who lost the election in 2016 to Kemp and denied the election for 4 years and said she was running for re-election in 2020 and got her ass handed to her again? Yeah, Stacey Abrams, that's right. Shouldn't she be in jail for election denying?
You would think.
What's up, TF?
But see, that's the difference between that's the difference between me and people like Nick and Lou who are going to toe the party line no matter what. I'll call out the horse shit on both sides.
Yeah, but shouldn't Stacey Abrams be on trial right now for denying an election? Shouldn't she be on?
She's the right race. She's the right gender. She's the right political party. No.
Yeah, but I mean, denying an election interference, election interference in the 2020 election because she said she was running for re-election, thereby confusing a portion of the electorate.
By the way, did you see the news yesterday?
Part of it, yeah. What part are you referring to?
I haven't.
5 people in Georgia's electoral commission were all arrested and charged with election fraud.
No, I didn't see that. Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Not so much a conspiracy theory anymore, huh?
Were they all based out of Fulton County?
As a matter of fact, they were.
Were they all based out of Fulton County inside the perimeter?
That I cannot confirm nor deny. But they were all from Fulton County.
Let me look that up. Hang on a minute.
By the way, I had a haircut.
I can send you a link to the story. I've reposted it on my Twitter.
Hang on. Heritage Foundation. Hang on. I think I can trust the Heritage Foundation. Georgia fake electors scheme. 5 of 19 defendants indicted by Fulton County District Attorney Big Fannie Willis are alleged to have been involved in so-called fake elector scheme.
Is the Nick a Democrat? It's good.
No, Nick's an idiot. That's all.
Okay. We still like
Doesn't
him,
say
right?
where they were from. Doesn't matter.
We still
It
like
was certainly interesting. There's a lot of shenanigans going on in Fulton County. You know, I remember when I lived in Metro Atlanta, and
it's
I was
not just Fulton County, Saleen. The entire state of Georgia had almost 100,000 more votes than registered voters.
Damn.
I remember
somebody's math isn't mathing there.
I know I haven't I haven't shown y'all my new haircut. I know I did the fro hawk before.
Nick D says you're projecting, Slim.
Well,
but
you know, I remember when I was living in Metro Atlanta, and I was looking to buy my first house, and I told the realtor that, you know, the entire northern metro area was wide open as far as where I wanted to live is concerned, except for Fulton County. I would not live in Fulton County. And after she wanted to show us like 3 houses in Fulton County, I pulled her aside over lunch and I said, if you show us one more house in Fulton County, you're fired. I am not having my life ruled by people that live inside the perimeter that are insane. I want to live in Cobb, Cherokee, Douglas. I don't care where, not Fulton County.
What about Dunwoody?
Dunwoody is in Fulton County.
See, unfortunately for Nick, Saleen, I have nothing to project. Once again, there's no party for me in what I believe. Yeah. But he just has to he has to toe that Democrat line. And his Twitter feed is a perfect example of that.
So wait a minute, I got to address this. So we've already been over earlier in the beginning of the stream. I got nailed by 4 people. Well, you're the 4th person now. But, you know, I'm getting all kinds of grief about not booked my cruise. Now, I'm sorry, 5 people. You're the 5th person. But Nick D's getting no grief about the fact he hasn't booked his cruise, but I'm getting beaten up.
No.
I mean,
well, Nick D's also a poor college student. You're not.
Yeah.
Very different circumstances.
Well, okay, and I understand that, but you know, I mean,
well,
you know, if I decide to go or not is my decision. You know, let me make my decision in my own time.
What happened to Nick for all of us? I mean, I thought Nick was cool.
Nick is cool. I'm cool with
Nick. He's just an online troll. That's all.
Oh,
Nick wants to know why you never comment on my Twitter when I go against Democrats and find myself agreeing with the right-wing media.
Because you don't. The only ones he goes against are the really retarded bunch, like the screaming blue-haired land whales. Those are the only ones on that side that he comments about. It's kind of like Lou. Lou does the same thing. He claims to have voted for people on both sides, but where does all of his angst and hate go to? Only to one side. And then he'll call out the real fucking weirdos that anybody with 2 brain cells to rub together would call out.
Amada likes your hair, Nick. Not Nick. Nate.
Thank you, Nick.
And thank you, Roll Tide 99, the first person that is giving me the privilege of letting me make my own decision. Thank you,
I'm
sir.
going to bully you until you do it. That's just the way that's going to go.
That's all right.
I'm not, Saleen.
I just wanted to point out that there was one person on this stream that, allows me the privilege of making my own decision.
I'm not.
Well,
Gonna,
he ain't me. I'm going to bully you until you see things my way.
I ain't gonna force you either, so it's
Dr. Bob, good luck talking watches in this group, but I can appreciate a good quartz watch. I own several.
Hey,
In fact,
I've got
I
a
was
couple.
wearing
I've
one
come
this
on
morning.
here and talked watches with you for several hours before.
I know. I'm just kidding. I'm just throwing a little shade there, Slim.
But
hell, my newest watch is a quartz watch. I bought a Lunar Pilot. That's my newest watch that I've gotten.
A Bulova?
Okay, this is how much
I like
know
the story behind it with the Apollo mission, so that's why I bought a Lunar Pilot.
Yeah, that's a Bulova, right?
Yes,
this is how much I know about watches. I know like 1% of them about watches. I know one watch, which is Apple Watch. That's probably it.
Nate, I don't know a lot either. I just watch a bunch of YouTube videos about them.
Okay.
I think I reviewed the Lunar Pilot.
I think your review was one of them that I looked at.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I hope you liked it.
You know what? Saleen,
you can be a little monotone for my taste, but I've told you that before.
Yeah. Did you subscribe?
Well, of course I'm subscribed to you.
Well, thank you, sir. I know that. I'm just saying, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
But
no, I think you could pep it up and jazz it up a little bit and be a little more interesting.
Well, I'm gonna try, but
you can be a little bland and monotone.
Yeah, I know. Yep.
Throw a little Cajun seasoning in there. It ain't gonna hurt nothing.
Throw a little what?
A little Cajun seasoning. Some Tony Romas.
Oh, I'll do what I can. Nate, you don't have to, a lot about watches, but if you got questions, you can always ask.
I just watch a bunch of videos, and I've also called and texted you about some opinions on things.
Yeah, and I hope I gave you some good info that was helpful.
Hey,
I mean, I ended up going a different way, but because, remember, I think the last one we talked about was I was looking for a bronze band because I was looking at that bronze Hamilton khaki, but then I ended up going with that Oris Big Crown instead.
I can't go wrong with an Oris.
Yep, I went with the bronze case and strap and the green face.
Nice.
See, that's my thing when it comes to watches. I don't like bland and boring faces. It's something about it's got to catch my eye. You know what I mean?
I tend to like what a lot of people call busy faces. Chronographs, multiple subdials, tachymeter scales. Huh?
Complications.
Yeah, I love complications. I do. Moon phase, chronos, day, date, month.
Well, that's like if I ever spend the money, the most expensive watch I'll buy. I guess you'd call it it would be my Grail watch. Would be a Longines, and it's called the Master Complication.
Right. I think I know which one you're talking about. Battle Angel wants to know if Nate is done doing live streams. Honestly, I didn't know that Nate did a live stream.
A lot of people didn't.
Nick D says, I will say that even though we disagree, I do like talking to Slim about politics because even when we disagree, he isn't an asshole about it and it's still cool as fuck.
Well, I
can be an ass at times, and I know that, but I've got to check myself sometimes too.
The answer for BA, I want to just point this out now. Yes, for just for a little bit. I just need a break.
Oh, you're on a YouTube break?
Yeah, just for live stream break. Yes. You know how.
Oh, but not comment section break.
No. Well, YouTube need some break at some point, right? Like Peaks Compete needs to take a break at one point. Lou.
Yeah, but they do a lot more than you do, Nate.
I know that. It doesn't mean I can't take a break. So,
this cannot be. Seriously, a headline just popped up on one of the groups I follow on. It's a local radio station, actually. Transgender swimmer Leah Thomas's Olympic eligibility has been determined.
Well, I heard they were taking Leah Thomas had taken that to court to try and be able to compete in the Olympics.
Why are you laughing?
Transgender swimmer Leah Thomas' challenge against rules prohibiting her from competing in elite women's races has failed.
You know what? If it's hard,
she's not going to compete against women.
Whatever the governing body is for international swimming, I don't know what it's called, but Leah Thomas had filed a suit against them because they determined that transgendered competitors that had gone through puberty were banned.
Right. It's the World Aquatics governing body.
Yeah, there you go. Whatever the hell it's called.
The Court of Arbitration for Sports panel ruled against Thomas. So he can't compete against women in the Olympics, which is the way it should be.
I think Lou had the best idea. If they want to have a separate division for transgender, it's fine. Go make your own division. But yeah, no, that's not cool.
Hang on, Nate. Let me see if I can. I'll post a link to your channel. Hang on a minute. He's only got 55 subs, but okay. Here's Nate's. That's Nate's YouTube channel link. If you want to head over there after or during or whatever, head on over there, sub them up.
But that's what's funny about the far left, because much like the far right, if you don't agree with them entirely about everything, well, you get like in this case, you get labeled transphobe too.
Yeah. So
like Nick and Lou are obviously leftist, but they would actually side with me and you on this because I've heard and seen both of them say it. But they would absolutely get labeled transphobes for not going along with the program.
No. Nate says it's the right one. I got the right one. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's some of the trouble he had is he was live streaming on a different account than he was commenting under, and nobody could find it. It was a mess.
Yeah. Oh, all right. But no, a biological man who went through puberty and has all the male attributes of bigger bones and bigger muscles and longer recovery time and all that should not be competing in women's sports. Period. Full stop. End of subject.
Well, I don't even think it's somebody who's gone through puberty, because you've seen it in jiu-jitsu grappling matches that a 11, 12-year-old boy who probably has not was still able to just completely manhandle a girl.
Yeah. Well, remember, I don't know if you heard about it, but there was a women's girls basketball game somewhere in the Northeast or something like that, and this one guy dressed up, he's LARPing as a girl, injured 3 girls in one game.
Yep.
I mean, he can
that happened in a high school volleyball game.
Yeah,
You
he
had a
spiked
boy
the ball so hard.
You had a boy in Texas win the girls wrestling state championship 4 years in a row.
Yeah, and the weightlifter that broke all the women's weightlifting records by like 150% or something like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
that shit's kind of ridiculous.
And what are all the feminazis about all this?
I've wondered the same thing. Like, this completely just pisses all in the mouth of the feminists all over the world, but the majority of them just go right along with it.
Yeah, because if they say if they go against it, they're going against they're going against doctrine. Even though they're going against the shit that they themselves were fighting for decades and won. That's the ironic thing. They fought for decades to get women's sports to the position that they were before all this LARPing bullshit started. And now they can't say anything about it because it goes against modern leftist doctrine.
Well, I mean, if you want to see just the true nature of women, look at the bullshit that's going on in the WNBA now. Like, you actually have somebody bringing more money and exposure to the WNBA than ever before. And quite frankly, you have a bunch of black dykes pissed off that it's a straight white girl, and they're taking it out on her.
Is she straight? That's an honest question. I didn't know either way.
Caitlin Clark, yeah, I think she's married.
No, I didn't know that.
No,
if not, she's engaged.
Yeah, I think she's engaged. I think.
Oh, I honestly, I didn't know that. I didn't pay enough attention to that. I think they're making a big mistake with respect to the Olympic team. I mean, maybe she's not one of the top 12 female basketball players in the country. Maybe she's not. Maybe she is. I don't know, and frankly, don't care.
I think it's a bad. Well, normally the rule is rookies don't make it, and I understand that. But I do think it's a bad business move. Because
I was
from a marketing standpoint, it's the wrong
bad
decision.
PR move. I mean, if they wanted to draw eyeballs to the WNBA and to women basketball and all that, you put the most recognizable name in the female basketball space is Caitlin Clark, and you didn't put her on the Olympic team where, the Olympic team is basically made up from women from 2 of the WNBA teams for the most part. So that series is going to have to suspend playing. So the WNBA is going to be out of the public limelight for a couple of weeks while the Olympics run. And you're missing the opportunity to have the most prominent name in the WNBA not on the Olympic team, drawing eyeballs to the TVs and hopefully stay, the old race on Sunday, sell on Monday stuff, play basketball for 2 weeks and then keep watching it when they get back to normal after the Olympics is over. I don't understand the business. I mean, just from a pure business perspective, from a pure PR's perspective, they're shooting themselves in the foot. I just don't know what they're thinking. And they're putting Brittany fucking Grimes on the Olympic team. For one thing, that's a dude. And for another thing, she's not that good a player.
There's been a video kind of going viral on Twitter over the last few days of like her running around the pool with her girlfriend, and she's got her shirt off and all this shit. I'm not convinced that Brittany Griner isn't a dude. I'm really not.
I'm not convinced Brittany Grimes isn't a dude either. I mean, I want proof. No, I don't, but I do. I really don't want to see.
Well,
I don't want to see that thing naked.
Well, here's the thing. She's running around, he, she, it, whatever the fuck it is. It's kind of undetermined. But she's running around the pool without a shirt on. Like, if she had had a double mastectomy, there would be surgical scars.
Yeah. Yeah.
That looks like a dude's chest.
I heard the same thing, Nick, that Brittany Grimes' wife is pregnant. I wonder how that happened. I wonder.
They better come out and either tell us who the surrogate is, or you got some explaining to do.
Dr. Bob, 100% dude, absolutely.
Just to let you know, my most subscribed channel is now called Nate's Great Gaming, because I don't want to confuse anybody. So.
Okay,
Nick. Wasn't what we were talking about, but all right.
Sorry.
Well, he's good at, Nate is the king of non sequiturs.
Well, never mind. Right.
You don't even know what non sequitur means, sir.
Let's not go
do not
there.
know.
Never mind. Brittany Grimes is a pothead and a convicted felon in another country, and you've got Caitlin Clark, who could more easily represent the positive nature, the positive things about the United States. Instead, you put a pothead convicted felon on the team. Why? I don't understand. Where is Vic Tube? He was in here earlier. I don't know if he's still here. He usually comes on. Sometimes he doesn't. I mean, if he doesn't come on in the next half hour, he's not going to, because I gotta shut down at 5 because family. But
I mean, whatever. It's y'all's league. Do whatever the fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, I can even understand the argument. I can even understand the argument of, well, you don't put rookies on the Olympic team and you don't want to break with that tradition. Okay, fine. Like, that's a pretty acceptable answer. That's the way you've always done it. It's the way you've always done it. Okay.
I haven't heard. I still think
it's a bad move business wise.
But Slim, you're the first person that said that tradition or that rule or that whatever exists. I've not heard one sports commentator say that. Not one.
To be fair, ever. I saw it on Twitter, and I don't know a whole lot about the WNBA, so I'm assuming it's true. It may be completely false. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either, but it seems like honestly, it does not seem like a bad policy.
Well, I've never been a fan. Like, I don't think, whether it's WNBA or NBA players, like, the whole point of the Olympics was supposed to be amateur athletics.
Yeah, but we knew that bullshit.
You're supposed to be. Well, no, it really wasn't until the 80s or 90s that they started letting NBA players play in basketball.
No. I'm talking about, the Eastern Bloc in the 70s were basically paying athletes. And they weren't amateurs. They were paid athletes. But we couldn't prove it.
Well, and I've used this argument several times. Like, when it comes, because it's amateur athletics, I thought it was a very... what's the word I'm looking for? A very prudent example, I guess is how I'll put it. Like, when it came to the NCAA setting up NIL, why didn't you just use the Olympic model? They're both considered amateur athletics, and the only money that Olympic athletes are allowed to make is endorsement deals, Wheaties, and Subway commercials, and all that other shit, which is, by another name, NIL.
Yeah. I still say NIL is going to kill college sports, but that's another subject.
It already has.
Oh, yeah.
Although I'm curious to see if Dabo Sweeney is going to be a man of his word, and when Clemson starts paying players next year, that he's going to retire.
Nah.
I'm
What's
curious
up,
about
Sven?
that.
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
How's things in Deutschland?
Freaking fucking cold.
Well,
We
you're
have
in Northern Europe. I mean, what do you
maybe 65 degrees. Wind
Well, that's
and
not
rain.
bad.
It's horrible.
65 isn't terrible.
65 isn't bad. I mean, it's in the 90s here. Well, no, it's in the upper 80s here.
Yeah,
With
we had
100%
85 for 2
humidity.
weeks. I heard
I
your
mean, then
topic.
again, what's up?
I heard your topic. Clark is not on the team because the other girls want attention to them and not to a rookie.
I would tend to agree with that.
Or maybe they don't want the white girl there.
You know?
Well, I think that has a lot more to do with it. That's why I said what I did. It is a league dominated by black dykes, and they don't like the straight white girl, including her own teammates.
The problem is Clark can play. Everybody knows that. She is like the white Kobe. She's a Kobe clone. She can do everything. She can shoot. She can dunk. She can do everything. She can pass. It's like Luka Doncic here from where does he play? Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah.
And he's a white guy, and 80% of all the guys in the NBA hate this dude. It's the same thing. She's 19 years old. She makes millions upon millions with commercials, and nobody wants her because it's a black league. It's simple as that. They don't want her.
Over here, racism's okay as long as you're being racist against white people.
Yeah. It's as simple as that.
Unfortunately, that's very true.
It's crazy.
It is.
No one ever said that everything in America makes sense.
You will not find a country where everything makes sense. By the way, Saleen, I have to apologize. So, Florida made it to Omaha. Congratulations. I man up and they apologize.
Not without a little controversy.
I didn't know you said anything against it. So,
Nah, not without a little controversy. I mean, that whole the end of that Clemson game, there was
Florida should have lost the game. Florida should have lost the game. It was rigged as hell by the NCAA in Birmingham.
The Birmingham Mafia.
Why would they want Florida in there? Why would they quote unquote rig something though so the Gators get to Omaha? What's the end?
I've heard an interesting theory. It wasn't for Florida; it was more against Clemson. Because Clemson they're not a quote unquote religious school like TCU or SMU, but they're pretty damn close. And the theories that I've seen bandied about was that it was a gay umpire and he didn't like it.
How you doing, Vic?
Good. Yeah, we should have been going to Omaha, but
Vic, stop it.
Well, we had the bases loaded with only one out in one of those innings, and we couldn't score at all. So.
Yeah, Dr. Bob says hi, VicTube. He was asking about you earlier.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we needed Condon hit a grand slam there, but instead he struck out. So,
Well, I don't think anyone has to worry about Florida winning the College World Series.
yeah, he struck out 3 times, and then he hit a solo home run in the 9th inning when we were down by 4.
Oh,
Nick,
it's baseball.
You know what Georgia's problem is in baseball? It's as simple as it gets. Your ballpark is 314 feet long. It's the smallest ballpark in all of NCAA. No Division III team has a smaller ballpark from size as Georgia. If you go to Hoover or Omaha, the parks are 100 feet longer. They kill you. You saw it in Hoover. Every time Georgia shows up on a big ballpark,
350.
Mississippi State, Arkansas, you get killed because the parks are 100 feet longer. Georgia needs a new ballpark.
Right.
This ballpark
Right.
is for use.
Right. Well, actually, our park is 350 feet.
Hang on a minute. TK is not blocked.
Yeah, it's 350 feet actually.
Well, and that's not even getting into the cheating that your pitcher was caught doing.
All right. Well,
I told the 314 feet is the left and the right corner. There's a sign 314 feet, and Mississippi State has 375.
I thought it said
60 feet more.
It said 350.
Yeah,
that's in center field.
That is center field. So it doesn't matter.
So he's talking about your shortest point is 100 feet shorter than everybody else's shortest point.
Yeah, in the championship ballparks, Omaha is 390. Hoover is 400. It's a 90 or 100 feet short, and they practice every day on this small ballpark.
Mm-hmm.
And they used to hit small, lightweight home runs. 90% of not 90, let's say 40% of all Georgia home runs they had at home. Never, it's midfield in Baton Rouge, in Arkansas or Mississippi State. They catch the ball because it's not a home run. This place is too small. Georgia has money. Nobody has more money right now as Georgia Bulldogs. Everybody knows that. Maybe Texas.
You're right.
Maybe. So
yeah, we also
burn this freaking toddler park down and buy and build a new stadium.
I mean, hell, one donation built our new baseball stadium. Alex Rodriguez paid for the whole thing himself.
All right, good for him. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And they can. This park hosts 2,000 people. We have 7,500.
Wow.
In the student section, we have a 17,000 people ballpark. Arkansas has 15,000. Baton Rouge has 15,000. And Georgia, the richest school on planet Earth, has 2,000 or 3,000. I forgot it. Crazy. This is absolute nuts.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know.
And the second thing,
poverty. Yeah.
That Caglione alone can save a whole team. Your pitching is awful. Was absolute awful. They killed these pitchers. You saw it.
Yeah.
Well, they got caught putting foreign substance on their gloves, and they were still terrible.
Yes, you're right. I agree. You're right. Yeah. The pitching was bad. Yeah.
No excuses. Nick.
BA, thank you.
Too bad.
I'm out in 2 minutes.
No
I only
excuse.
wanted. I came on to apologize to Saleen
For
and
what?
man up.
For what? For doubting Florida.
No, I
For doubting
last week I
Florida?
was here and told him Florida has no shot against Clemson. They get
Oh.
blown out.
But
Well, you know.
but y'all are gonna get bounced in the quarterfinals anyway.
Who does Florida play in the quarterfinals?
I think
A&M,
NC
I
State.
think.
Yeah.
Either
Hey.
NC State or A&M. One of the other.
Hey,
No. NC State.
Hey. Hey, Sven. Was Mississippi State hosting a super regional?
I tell you what.
Was there? Why was there no Starkville super regional?
I tell you why. Georgia cheated on us at home. We won 2 games. They ejected 14 players without anything they done against Georgia. And if we win this game, we are hosting regional and super against Eastern Carolina, Evansville, and Wake Forest. And we blew them all out. And then comes Georgia to us and we'll blow you out. That's a fact. You don't win in Starkville. Georgia cost us the host in the regional and the super regional.
Yes, that's
Watch the game.
We
They
did.
ejected 14 players for nothing. If they eject the catcher because he touched the runner, okay.
Sven, your audio is just absolutely horrible.
I'm out of here. I'm out of here. We talk Friday about this.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye, Sven.
I wasn't kicking you out, Sven, but I understand.
No, I think you said that you was about to leave anyway. So
He did.
Okay. Yeah, Battle Angel. I don't know what's going on with TK. I checked both block lists, the one on the phone and the one on the computer. TK is not in either one. So, and even if she was blocked on YouTube, if she was
Maybe
commenting,
she blocked you and forgot.
Yeah, maybe she did. And also, if she was on my block list, if she commented, it would still show up in StreamYard. And as far as I know, I don't have a block list in StreamYard. I don't even know if such a thing exists.
yes, there is. There is a block list in StreamYard.
There is. Well, how do I find it?
Yes, you can. Oh, you have to go into settings, I think. Yeah. Gotta go into settings, I think.
Yeah, settings. Guests.
Yeah.
No banned guests.
All right. There you go.
So
Really,
she's not banned on StreamYard. She's not banned on.
You've never had to ban anyone from the StreamYard. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've had to
I think what
ban roles from my stream.
I think what BA is talking about is that Google block list that you had.
Yeah, I had to ban a few people who were waving their dingling around in the background.
Well, how do you get to the Google?
Yeah,
Well, you remember you found it before. That's where Jay Shipes was still blocked.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I'm trying to remember. How do you find the Google block?
Yeah, there was someone who was spamming the N-word in the private chat.
Well, how do I get to the Google block list? Let me see here.
You found it once before.
I know. I can't remember how I did it. I'm going to google.com. Settings.
Yeah, BA, but you have to consider the source.
What's up, Nick?
Privacy.
Yeah, what's up, Nate?
Ready for after the show?
Google account settings.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let's check the Google account settings. Hang on.
Yeah. I think usually do that.
Blocked. Ooh, 153 hidden users. Wow. Damn. Well, let me scroll through it. Oh, this is the same list as on my phone.
Yep.
There's Unk.
Of course. Yeah. Yep.
Bad Jesse.
It's probably some Crimson Brave accounts, right?
No, I took Crimson Brave. I took Crimson Brave off. He's never here anyway.
Well, neither is Unk.
Yeah.
Well, there's a good reason for it.
I think Unk ever really came on here anyway.
He did. He started spewing his anti-Semitic garbage, and I kicked him out.
Oh yeah.
Still looking through the list.
Whoa.
And
I mean, running around calling yourself king of the Jews is kind of anti-Christian, isn't it?
what's with the wind noise?
I don't know.
I'm throwing out my cigarette. My bad.
TK's not on my Google list either. TK's not on any block list. I don't know what to tell you. TK is not on. I look for TK. I look for Tiger Cat. I don't know what ID she's using, but she's not blocked.
Did you look for
I took everyone off my block list except Unk.
Did you look for Arlene? Maybe Arlene is blocked.
No, there's no Arlene. No, she never had an ID named Arlene. Not that I know of, but I never saw her on here as Arlene. So, TK, if you're out there, I don't know what to tell you.
I think she's probably got you blocked and just forgot.
No, according to BA, she said she never blocked me.
Yeah, I know, but that's when I told BA you have to consider the source.
Okay, well, I've done my due diligence on this one. I looked in Google, I looked on my phone block list, and I looked on my YouTube block list. So,
And your StreamYard block list.
She ain't there. She ain't there. And I swear on my children's eyeballs, she ain't there. So I don't know what to tell you. The only person on there that anyone would know anything about is Unk. There are a whole bunch of troll accounts that I know do not belong to be TK. What is Tiger Cat's? What is her YouTube channel?
Her YouTube name is Tiger Cat.
It is? Okay. Well, let me try something real quick. I'm gonna try one more thing. Tiger Cat.
Damn it.
It's TK. It's at TK_live09, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Boom.
All right. She's also not hidden. If you go under, if you click on her channel or anybody's channel, you click on About, they'll come up with a box, with the About information. Down at the bottom, there's a thing that says Report User. If you click on that, there's a menu choice that says hide user from my channel. It says hide user from my channel. If she were hidden, it would say unhide. So right now it says hide user. So
I never would have guessed that it would have said unhide if you had them hidden. Thank God you explained that to me.
I'm just saying for full and fair disclosure. She's not hidden. She's not blocked. So I don't know what to tell you. If TK, if you're out there, no, you don't have to drop the link, Battle Angel. I found it. It's not a problem. Oh, well, you know what, BA, drop the link because I want to make sure that that's the same channel that I just pulled up. Maybe it's a different channel we're talking about. So go ahead and drop the link. You have my permission. You're a mod. You can do it. And I appreciate you believing me, BA. That means, that means a lot. It does. My credibility with this community is important to me. It is. I may not act like it is, but my credibility is important. Whether you like me or you dislike me, or you think I'm an asshole, or you think I'm a good guy, I still want to have credibility in this community.
I mean, I can think you're an asshole and still like you. I think Lou's an asshole. I still like him.
Well, yeah.
Hell, I'm an asshole.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we're not letting some big cat out of the bag here.
Okay, so BA has dropped the link, so I'm going to open it up in a new tab. And yeah, that's just where I was a second ago. TK_live09. And I'm clicking on the about, clicking on report user, and it says the option is to hide her, which means that if you were hidden, it would be the option to be unhide.
No
so
shit.
I was in the right place, and she's not hidden. She's not hidden. She's not blocked.
Okay, fine.
So all good in the hood, as it were.
Like I said, she probably got you blocked and just forgot.
She might. You never know.
I used to forget all kinds of shit.
And I blocked her, and she had every right to block me. I don't begrudge anyone on here. If you don't like me,
I don't have anybody blocked anywhere. I have no block lists.
Well, I probably shouldn't because I should be a bigger man about it. But some people just needed to be removed.
See, I like trolling the trolls to prove I'm the better troll.
Baileyman is here. 72 days until college football is no longer hidden from us.
Yep, that's right.
And 72 days until Florida suffers an embarrassing defeat at the hands of the Miami Hurricanes.
I'm ready for college football to be unhidden.
The game or the...
Well, if it makes you feel any
both.
better, Saleen, I think that game's probably going to be closer than it has any business being.
I would like it to be a good game. I don't want to be blown out in the swamp. I really don't.
Well, I think the reason I think that is because there's a bunch of guys that are going to be starting in that game that have never started a game in a Miami uniform, and as experienced as they are, that experience isn't in a Miami uniform. So I've got a feeling that game may be closer than it has any business being. But I can still see us winning by 7 to 10 points.
It'll be very hot in Gainesville.
Yeah, it's going to be. Yeah, I think it's going to be closer than it would be if it was played later in the season.
Well,
I completely agree with that, Vic.
From my perspective, though, it's 72 days until the countdown starts to the end of the Billy Napier failed experiment.
I wouldn't be so sure of that. I'm not convinced they're going to fire Billy.
Why not?
That may not happen anyway, but you know what, Slim? I gotta hope. I gotta have some hope that Billy Napier will not finish the season as a Florida Gator coach.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to do that because you think Florida's not going to be that bad, or?
No, I think Florida's going to be very bad.
No, I'm asking Slim.
Oh no, I think Florida's going to be bad, but I'm looking at this from an athletic director perspective and a person that writes a check kind of perspective. Do you want to be paying 3 coaches at once? Because you're paying Dan Mullen through 2027.
Well, you're still paying Dan Mullen.
Yeah, that's true.
So you're still paying Dan Mullen. You would have to pay whatever the buyout is for Billy, which is still well over $30 million today. And then you would also have to pay whoever you're going to hire.
Right. You'd be paying 3 coaches for the next.
And that's probably the only thing that will literally be the only thing that saves Napier.
Right, but I don't think
I wouldn't disagree with that.
If he turns in a 3rd losing season in a row and the 4th losing season in a row for Florida, I don't know how he survives other than you don't want to write another check.
Now, granted, I don't know what his buyout drops to in December or January. That's usually when the buyouts tend to drop. And also, they're only paying Mullen $1 million a year.
Well, that's peanuts.
Yeah, that's not it.
So I'm just saying it may not be a foregone conclusion that he gets fired. Oh, nice Lamborghini, but it may be.
I think it's a foregone conclusion.
Okay, Napier enters season 3 of his $51.8 million 7-year contract signed in 2021. Per his contract buyout, Florida would owe him 85% of the remaining contract value if he were fired without cause.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's a question. And I don't think this is out of the realm of possibility. Is Florida behind the scenes helping this lawsuit against Billy from Jaden Rashada, hoping to be able to fire him with cause?
Yeah, then he wouldn't owe him a fucking thing.
Right. And that changes the equation completely.
Here's another article. Let's start with the breakdown after 2024, which is the earliest it's feasibly possible for Florida to fire without cause. After 2024, Billy Napier's buyout would be $25.7 million, which is 85% of $32 million, $30 million. After 2025, his buyout is $19.4 million. After 2026, Napier's buyout is $13 million. After 2027, Napier's buyout is $6.5 million.
All right, so you can totally pay the buyout.
Now, granted, I don't think they should be firing him anyway. I mean, call me old school. I think everybody fires people too soon. I still think 4 years minimum is what everybody should get.
Right, yeah, and you didn't support firing Manny Diaz either, so.
No, I didn't. I figured. Granted, to be fair, I wasn't in support of hiring him either. But when they did, okay, you got to give the guy a chance to learn how to be a head coach, and he's not going to do that in 2 seasons.
Hey guys, just wanted to come on here and say, no, you're not blocked, Saleen. That's why you were able to comment in my chat that night I had a show. So I just wanted to let Slim know that I'm not a liar. So I just wanted to come on here and say that I'm not causing drama. Love you, everybody. Okay. The reality is, consider the source. The source is coming from I can't, for whatever reason, my stuff doesn't show up in your chat room, and I don't know why.
I don't know why either, TK. Honestly, I checked 3 different places. I believe
that you're checking everything. I do believe that you're checking everything, but it's okay. I just want you to know that it's really, I promise you. I sent BA screenshots of my, because I can see it. Like I can see it on my end, but nobody else can see it.
Okay. After I get off the stream, which is going to be in the next couple of minutes, and after I get home from dinner, I will do some more checking and see if I can find anything. I got a couple more places I want to check. If you're on there, I'll take you off. But so far,
I know
don't
it's
what
weird.
the hell's
It
going on.
might just be a YouTube glitch. I don't know.
It
But
might be.
anyway,
I'll
I
work
just
on
wanted to come on there and be like at least defend myself since I couldn't in the chat room. So
No, I understand. I understand.
you are not blocked, Saleen. I promise you.
Okay, I believe it.
And you're not blocked.
You know
on
what?
anything.
If I was, I would totally deserve it.
Well, no, you don't. I deserve it. But you know, like I said, you know, you're not blocked on anything. And that's why I'll say it right now, Saleen. I did deserve to be blocked. Okay. I have issues, okay, right now. And I know people love to joke on me and talk about Xanax and all these other things. But, you know, I'm doing my own thing in my world. And people can think what they want of me. I'm a good person and I have no ill feelings towards anyone. Okay. I'm just tired. I'm tired. That's all.
Everybody on here jokes about everybody. So
that's not true.
If you want to take shit personal, that's your problem.
All right, Slim. It is.
Okay. Well, I take the statements at face value.
Okay. You know, there are certain things that aren't funny to me that, you know, if like it's kind of like you, Saleen. Like if you didn't want, you know, let's turn this around. Like, you know, like you didn't want what's his face continuing on with the whole, you know, questioning. Maybe there's certain things I don't like. So,
well,
you know,
I'm definitely guilty of that, TK. I mean, there are certain things that are thrown at me on my channel and other places that I have. I don't want to say zero tolerance for, but a very low tolerance. And you know, I'm as guilty of it as anybody else.
No, I'm not talking to you, Saleen.
Short fuse.
Not a short fuse, Vic, but no, not a short fuse at all. But there are, you know, a few bits and pieces of subject matter which I don't have a lot of tolerance for, and I think those were well documented at this point. So
you want to get snarky with me? I can try and be mean if you want me to.
I know you can, Slim, and I just don't care. You know, I've always. I mean, I'm nice to you. You know, I've never done anything to you. I mean, like the fight we had. Well, the fight we had, we already apologized. That's long gone. Other than that, have we ever had an issue? Every time somebody mentions my name, you always say, "Oh, well, consider the source." Oh, well, look who we're talking about. Oh, well, where's the Xanax or whatever whatever little comment you want to make. It kind of, you know.
And everybody makes little comments about me. I don't care.
What do I do? What do I say about you?
I don't care what you say about me.
Awesome people I've ever met. That you're a great father. I don't ever tease you, Slim. You know, it doesn't matter. I'm not upset. Okay, let me just go before I say something stupid or even more than I have. Okay.
You obviously are upset.
Well, I mean, it does kind of hurt my feelings because I like you, Slim. I really look up to you. Actually, I think you're an amazing human being. And when somebody
I like you too, but this is the internet.
Like
don't have such soft feelings.
Well, no, Slim, look how long I've lasted here. You think my feelings are that soft? Really? No, I'm just telling you how it, you know, it's annoying to hear that stuff. You know, I'm not who y'all think I am. Y'all think you know who I am. But
I didn't say I think I know anything.
Well, but people make assumptions about me. You know, look at the source, look at this. Like, you don't know me that well.
It's called a wise ass comment.
Okay, well, I just don't see you saying that about anyone else.
I've literally spared nobody on here. Ever.
Well, that's true. That's true. But I just seem to hear it a lot from you. That's all. I'm just being serious. I'm just being real. I'm not being angry. You know, I don't know if I did something to piss you off or.
No, you know. I just spare nobody. I make wise ass comments about anybody and everybody equally.
Yeah, nobody is safe.
That's right.
That's probably a very true statement. No one is safe from the wrath of the Slim Shady King.
Or in the world either.
No, Lou just popped back in. He's looking for the popcorn moment.
Well, the popcorn, you can finish your popcorn because I'm done. There's
Well,
there's
TK, I just want to say for the record, I appreciate you popping on and saying what you had to say.
Well, thank you, Saleen, and thank you for letting me on. And hopefully
no
one day
problem.
the YouTube gods will decide that I'm good enough to comment in your YouTube comment section.
I will endeavor to get that fixed, TK. I don't know how to do it yet, but I'll figure it out.
I mean, I tried unsub and resub. I tried everything.
I'll keep looking. I'll keep looking. I don't know what the hell's going on, but I'll keep looking, see if I can figure out a reason.
By the way, love you, TK. You're an amazing human being.
Oh, thank you, Nate. You're very sweet. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I really do. I mean, I really do.
Thank you.
But but seriously, I got to wrap up because I got to leave here in about 15 minutes. So I got to wrap up.
All right, guys. Well, I love y'all, and you have a wonderful week. And I will see y'all the next time. Bye.
Thank you, TK. Nate, I just realized that avatar is a little strange looking.
It's a girl's ass in the softball.
Actually, it looks like a girl's knees, but never mind.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Looks like knees. Yeah.
Knees with a little bit of lens flare at the top.
That's a Texas.
You can see some shoes. I mean,
yeah. Well, I was at a bar, so I can.
There's some legs. Those look like some legs.
Yeah, it's a Texas-sized leg. But anyways, great show, Saleen. And anyways, I'll see you later.
Okay, see you later, Nate. Appreciate you stopping by. And Vic, better late than never, but I appreciate you stopping by too.
Yep.
Oh, are you streaming on Friday?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. All right, I'll try and get there.
Yep.
And Slim, thank you for stopping by as well. Even though you muted out.
No, my bad. Doodles.
Oh. See ya. And everyone in the chat, all my usual suspects, the Battle Angel, the Uncle Lou, Amada, Matt, Zona, Bela Man. Good to see you all in here. Good to see some of my watch folks like Dr. Bob and Floridian. And, of course, Nate stopping by and Sven stopping by and Albert stopping by. I appreciate all of you when you stop by on a Wednesday afternoon. So episode 188 is in the books. The longest running Wednesday afternoon live stream in all of YouTube that I know of. I think we proved once again that this is the live stream, the definitive show about nothing in particular. Y'all have a good rest of the evening, good rest of the week. I'll see you around. Peace.